Hello guys, it's that panda guy and I'm here again with another video, and I wanted to kind of go over you know universal relics. And if you guys don't understand what universal relics mean, that means, for example, to rank up Raygro, for example, I could do Endless War and I could get relics for him through Endless War. But universal relics means, let's say I wanted to tier up her without having to wait, I could use these relics to tier up, Cynthia. And basically, at the end of the day, my universal relics just make it easier to choose who you want to tier up faster, who you want to focus on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts about this and who I think are the best universal, the heroes to use universal relics on. So to start off, I'm going to go with Lewis, because Lewis and Tom actually together, because Lewis and Tom, one, are extremely hard to get. I'm gonna mention that Tom, you can get, I think, from the first Endless War that comes to your region. He should be in the roulette for like a really long time. Whereas Lewis is gonna actually have to be, you're gonna have to wait till like 90 days until you can finally get him into your roulette, which is such a pain, but it's just how the whole thing happens. You can't really help it. But basically, you have to wait 90 days until your region is open, till you can get him in the roulette on day 2 and day 3 in Endless War. And it's really a chance thing if they swap back and forth between Tom and Lewis. So you might not even get him after the 90 days. You might have to wait till the next Endless War. But basically, I think Lewis is really good to invest your relics in, because one, Lewis is just really good, and two, he's really hard to get relics for unless you're going to spend a lot of gems, right? Same goes with Tom, and I want to mention that both of these heroes are really good. I love them. It is hard to get really good range heroes because there are basically no other range heroes besides Lewis and Maya. And Maya also comes in Endless War after 90 days as well. So you basically cut off on range heroes. And I also want to mention that Endless War, although you're guaranteed to get relics from that, I also want to mention that unless you're like top 10, and even then, only like top 5 really get decent relics. I basically wouldn't even care unless I'm top 3, right? So this is where I'm going to move on to my next point, where I think that you honestly should be maybe even investing in like Raygro and Maya too, because I'll say earlier out as well, you're going to be field fighting a lot, and most freaking battles happen on open field. So like all these heroes are probably pretty good for you guys. And I'd say Raygro and Maya, because unless you can like ensure that you're getting top spots in Endless War, which I would like to mention isn't so easy in especially newer regions and even older regions where the competition is crazy. I'd say region 1 is like really exempt from this, just because we pass around first place a lot and it's like way easier to rank here because there's less competition. But when you really consider older regions, or a lot of different older regions and even newer ones, the competition is insane and you can't even get a good spot, and the max you might even get in relics is like 5-1 depending on your placement, which is actually insane. So honestly, investing in Maya or Raygro might be worth it. Even if you get them in Endless War, you might not max them out for like the longest time because the competition is too fierce. And even if, let's say, some people max out, they don't care about a lot of the small guys, so they'll still first place even with having a maxed out hero. I want to kind of compare it to our region, where if, for example, I have Raygro maxed out. If he goes in Endless War, I'm not gonna try to place high because I don't want to steal somebody's placement and steal the possibility of them getting relics. So really, it's really worth it to invest, I'd say, in Raygro, Tom, Maya, and Lewis. I'd say in third place would be Riders, being Cynthia, because just Cynthia is, I mean, it's nice to have a different troop type compared to Raygro, Tom, who are infantry, and then Lewis and Maya, who are both range, and then Cynthia, who is, riders, which I'm not really a big fan of riders. I think riders are particularly weak, but it's always good to have that other squad type, right? You always need a rider squad, I feel like, nevertheless. And yeah, I mean, I think those are my top picks. If you guys want the next picks, I'd say it's like after that, I'd probably go with maybe Lee or Martin, because they're pretty good. They're pretty good, especially on field combat. But I mean, yeah, I hope this video helped a bit. I'm just rambling on about endless war and stuff. I mean, it's just really hard to get relics. And I used to say don't invest in these heroes because you can get them in endless war. But really thinking about it, it's so hard to get good relics unless you're placing top. And honestly, as like a free to play or something, or just no spender, it's so hard for you to do that kind of stuff unless you're in a proper region that manages that kind of stuff really well and tries to push smaller players to the top to kind of place better after, you know, big players have already gotten those heroes maxed out, which in a lot of regions doesn't happen because they don't care about the smaller players. It's just really frustrating. But I hope this video helped you guys, and you guys have a good day. Peace out.